Good evening. Yeah, welcome to another edition of Import Export Platform, Facebook Live from 3 Pest Trade Academy. Sorry, I'm coming a little bit early today because I have some other engagement that will take my time in the evening. So I need to do this now so we can be done with Delta this evening. And the implication of that is we are starting that early. I'm still in the South. I'm in South and I'm talking about Delta State this afternoon. I'm talking about Delta State because Delta State is the next on my list. And that means I'm still in South. I discussed Cross Rivers in the morning. Delta State is a very rich state. Very, very rich state. Very, very rich state. So, unfortunately, as usual, they are in debt. I've not checked the level of debt profile of Delta State. Let me try to check that right away. I've not checked the level of debt profile of Delta State, but I know that because they are very, 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 very rich state. You know, it's those states that are very rich that borrow money a lot. It's those states that are very rich that borrow money a lot. So the question is, why are they borrowing so much? They are borrowing so much because they have a way to pay back. And after all, they will be there for 4 years. So they can afford to borrow. The other man coming, we worry. The new governor coming will be the one to worry. They will not have to worry about that. The new governor coming, you go and worry. Because these people, they are going to spend what they need to spend and then go. But what I know for a fact is that Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. Nigerian state have everything they need to survive. But unfortunately, Nigerian state have not been able to survive. Nigerian state have been living in debt. And a state like Delta State, you know, if you check up the income, let me even check the income profile. I will be going ahead of myself on Delta. Let me even check the income profile for Delta State because it's a painful one really to see how many states we have in Nigeria that their finances are in bad shape. Delta State budget for 2019 is 367 billion and the Delta State income is 272 billion. Delta State is owing about 250 billion. I think it's still okay. Debt is not so much, but 272 billion. Wow. 272 billion Delta State income. I have a friend from Delta, a colleague actually from Delta, who is always angry with the state. The fact that the governors and the people in the state are not doing anything and there is bush everywhere, pothole everywhere, no development despite all the money the state is making. And you begin to ask yourself, why on earth will a governor do this to their state? The beauty for me is that Okowa is coming again for the second time. I really have not checked what he did the first time, but I'm making a proposal to Ifeanyi Okowa for the second time. During his second tenure, that look, can you begin to consider a lot of things, Delta without oil? Can you begin to consider Delta without oil? I mean a Delta state without oil. A Delta state that would depend on what it can produce, not on what it's going to get from Abuja. A Delta state that is going to build industry factory. And the beauty of it is that Delta state have a lot of multinational with them who I believe the state can partner with to be able to do a lot because those people have issues with this insecurity and a lot of issues in the state. I'm sure they will gladly want to work with Delta State to be able to get some project off the ground as long as it's going to create youth empowerment. Because that will also give them peace. And of course, I know they have a budget for that because as a student in University of Lagos, I have a lot of friends from Delta State that got scholarship. So I know a number of people in that state are socially responsible. I'm talking about the corporate companies, corporate guys, businesses, oil giants in the state. So meaning the state doesn't have to carry the load alone based on our proposal. For those that are familiar with our proposal, the state can partner with any business in the state, from Shell to Chevron, Ajib, Total, all those oil companies, to be able to work together. And I'm sure they will be interested. Remember, we're discussing export-driven income generation and job creation for Delta State. Export-driven income generation and job creation for Delta State. By the way, Delta State landmass is about 18,000 kilometers, 18,000 square kilometers. Apart from natural resources which Delta is blessed with, the people engage in agriculture. In almost every local government, you will find fresh fish, crab, shrimps, dry fish. Furthermore, there are various solid minerals within the state, from industrial clay to silica, to lignite, to kaolin, to tar sand, to decorative rock, to limestone. These are all raw material for industry, there are some material for industry such as making bricks, ceramics, bottle manufacturing, glass manufacturing, chemical and insulator production, chalk manufacturing, sanitary wares, decorative stones, and all these are found in the state. The state have 25 local government. 25 local government. And you need to see what the state have to offer. You need to see what the state have to offer in terms of products. Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. Nigerian state have everything need to survive. I am hoping that Nigerian state will rise up to the occasion of being able to meet its need and not incurring so much debt. Delta is at an advantage, a huge advantage. And the reason is because Delta State is not just oil-rich state, it also have other things. Delta State is not just an oil-rich state. Delta State also have other things. Other things like, even though making so much money from my mineral, other things like aniocha nut, kaolin, silica sand, laterite, cassava, rice, maize, yam, palm produce, cashew, banana, cocoa, plantain, cowpea, cocoyam, pineapple, orange, mango. Then aniocha salt, lignite, gravel, silica sand, cassava, rice, maize, palm produce, cashew, timber, banana, cocoa, plantain, pineapple, mango, rubber. Bomadi, laterite, natural gas, petroleum. I don't want to be mentioning natural gas and petroleum, so take that off my mouth. Cassava, coconut, maize, cocoa, sugarcane, water, yam, fisheries, groundnut, potato, timber. Burutu, silica, ball clay, coconut, cassava, maize, cocoa, sugarcane, water yam, plantain, timber. Ethiopia East, silica sand, ball clay, cocoa, cassava, maize, rubber, coconut, pineapple, sugarcane, kola nut, timber, cocoyam, orange. Ethiopia East, silica sand, clay, silica sand, clay, coconut, cassava, maize, rice, rubber, pineapple, plantain. Now, if you see the list I'm calling, I don't know if you notice a trend in that list. The regular product available in this state. That's why we say Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. Nigerian state have everything need to survive. But Nigerian state have refused to do something about its survival. What we've done is to make information available for many states in Nigeria. We started with Abia State, and we're going down to Zamfara State, and we're talking about the fact that don't tell me Nigerian state are poor. Don't tell me Nigerian state does not have what it takes to survive. Don't tell me Nigerian state does not have income or money. Nigerian state are not doing all that they have to do to be able to help themselves. But like I said, we are making this information available solely because of our interest in ensuring that we create an opportunity for growth in Africa and in Nigeria. And we are saying, why is state government doing side hustle? By side hustle, I mean creating job opportunity for your people through manufacturing, support, grant. But what happened to the state government? How much can the state generate? Is the state just depending on taxes that have been paying for many years? Or the state government is doing everything within the power to help its people? As usual, we are going to be looking at palm oil. We've been using palm oil for our case study in the south, and it's deliberate. We use sesame seed and sugar cane in the north, and it's deliberate. Just look for something that many people have access to, and then it becomes easier to do peer review. Niger Delta landmass is about 679,000 arable. Total, if 50% is used to cultivate palm produce, that would be 340,000 plus 18 metric tons. 340,000 metric tons per hectare. 340 hectares of land cultivated at a yield of 18 metric tons per hectare. That gives 6,106,000. At the yield of 19%, if you process 6,116,000, it will yield 1,662 metric tons of palm oil. That palm produce can be farmed at about 6,000, and it can be farmed at about 6,000, and then if we process at 6,000, it comes to 6.97 billion naira. If we process the palm oil at 30,000, it will come to 34.86 billion. If you add the two to 46.48 billion, which is the cost of exporting, everything comes to about 88.32 billion. Remember, the palm oil is about 1,162 metric tons times $581 to give 209 billion. 209 billion minus 88 billion, we give about 120 billion. This state IGR is about 58 billion plus 128, that's about 179. That means IGR of this state can jump to 179. Can jump to 179. Can jump to 179. Is it not interesting that despite the potential of this state, the state is still very, very poor. Very, very poor. With all the income being made. With all the income being made. And we are calling on Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, can you begin to use the money of this state to empower the people to produce a product the state can export? Be it finished good or commodities. The opportunity in the state abound, and it's totally unacceptable that the state is having this huge debt and people are living in poverty and penury. But the politicians are feasting very fat. We know the politicians have a second chance, and we are hoping that they will be able to perform this time around. But we are putting information out there for them to be able to take advantage of it. We strongly believe that if those petitions are put into kind consideration, if those proposals rather as a petition are put into kind consideration, then it becomes a lot easier for the state to excel. Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. Nigerian state have everything it needs to be able to grow. Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. Nigerian state have everything it needs to be able to excel. Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars. Don't tell me the Nigerian state is poor. Nigerian state can never be poor. Nigerian state can never be poor. Why? Because of the value being created, value already generated as a result of their location, like those in the rainforest region, Guinea Savannah, and all those belts with peculiarity in terms of vegetation. We can do a lot. We can do a lot. We can do a lot. We can do a lot to help our people. So let me check up the market for palm oil. If Delta State wake up to the reality of selling palm oil and not see selling palm oil as a derogatory, some people, they are just too full of themselves. If you talk about this, they will say, palm oil. How can you still be selling palm oil? Just the way some graduate will say, how can me, a old graduate, how can I go and be doing agric or do farming? If you don't do, what you are basically doing is giving room for poverty. Enough of it. If that's what you have to do, then do it. Palm oil, huge market for palm oil, $33.2 billion. And the market is India, Pakistan, China, Netherlands, Spain, Italy, Netherlands, Egypt. Now, like I said in my earlier video, that Africa is making a hell of money. Nigeria can make a hell of money by considering the export of palm oil to Africa under the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. Let's look at other ones. The 13.7 billion banana market, the Nigerian state can play in it. By Nigerian state, I mean our dear Delta State can play in it. Our dear Delta State can play in it. And you know what? Delta State can do a lot in that space. Delta State can do a lot in that space. Delta State can do a lot in that space. Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. Nigerian state have everything they need to survive. Nigerian state are billionaires in dollar. Nigerian state have everything they need to survive. But unfortunately, Nigerian state have not done much as far as that is concerned. And that explains the reason why we are making the information available and saying, wake up! Wake up! There is a $13.3 billion market for banana and plantain. Wake up! The first time I saw this exported live was in a market in UK, London in particular, Leighton in London. There's a market called Spitalfield. That market opened by 11 p.m. and closed by 6 a.m. If you get to that market by 7 a.m., people are already shutting down. The day I went there, I think I got there in the morning. I think 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. And you know what? They are closing already. That is where you will see this banana. You will see the way Costa Rica. Look at the major exporter. Let me check them again. Costa Rica. Even Nigerian doing plantain in the UK. They import from Costa Rica. This one, Ecuador. South Americans, generally. Ecuador. Colombia. Then Costa Rica, North America. Costa Rica, Guatemala. Mexico. These are all areas where this thing grows. and where they are not just growing it and it's perishing away. You know what happened in Nigeria is half of our agric are perishing away. And you know what's imagine to me is the governors seem not to be thinking about how to harness those potential. And I say, okay, I understand. Many came in to just come and share the money, pay salary, do few bridges and road and go. Just, it's a business. It's not about the future of the children of the state. It's not about the future of the youth of the state. For a number of governors, it has never been like that. And we can see it in the result they produce at the end of the day. But I'm using this to challenge the new governors and telling them that, look, tropical fruit market is 12.8 billion. Tropical fruit market is 12.8 billion. Tropical fruit market is 12.8 billion. Why is something not being done about it? Why is something not being done about it? Who are the people buying that will buy that from you? Apart from the one for the banana. Sorry, let me confirm who's buying banana. The buyer of the banana are Germany, European banana, and United States buy the largest banana and plantain, 19%. Japan, 5.6%. Germany and Belgium, 8.1%. 8.1%. Another one you probably have not considered is coconut. I noticed the trend, and that's an advantage in Lagos. I noticed a trend, coconut. Coconut, that's a trend for coconut. Coconut. 8.61 billion coconut. I've also seen this also in the UK. People, they didn't even remove that one. They didn't remove the back. They just only, if you see it, the only thing you see is just with the back exported that way. Do you know? I was traveling one day. I was at Heathrow Airport coming back to Nigeria, and I saw coconut juice. I was interested. £2, 2 whole pounds, 1,000 naira. What did they do? As they break that coconut, they didn't throw away the water. They put the water together and package it, and they were selling it as coconut juice inside fridge at Heathrow Airport. At Heathrow Airport. I bought it. I wanted to know what is the cost. How does it taste? Is it artificial? Lo and behold, it was good. They call it coconut juice. Oh my Lord. Coconut juice. In an environment where knowledge is given attention it deserves, nothing is wasted. Everything is useful. That was the lesson I learned from there. Everything is useful. Everything is useful. Including the water. The shell is useful. Coconut shell charcoal, activated charcoal. The fiber is useful, furnitures and the like. The meat inside is useful for food and for oil and for a number of things. And you know what's so painful to me about Nigeria is, how can God bless a nation like this and the nation is not productive? It's good to believe in God. I believe in God. I'm a Christian. But I think we are just too religious and we throw away our productivity. The things we're supposed to do ourselves, we'll be praying about it. We've forgotten that there's a law of responsibility that says God will not do for you what He has given you intellect to do for yourself. So there's something He expects from us. There's something He will do definitely because it's His own power and strength. But there's something you must do. But it's like those things that we must do, we relegate them to the background, we throw them away. We don't do it. And because we don't do it, you know what He has done for us? He has left us exposed. Leave our people in poverty. We are now suffering in the midst of plenty. The same place people are suffering, a foreigner will come in and create billions of dollar business in the same environment. Because there's something he's seeing that you are not seeing. Because you don't see with your eyes, you see with your mind. And that when you learn and study, when you learn and study, your antenna grows. Information are all in the air. There is always information in the air. There is always information. The inspiration is there. The idea is there. Like a radio wave constantly. Looking for those that have the antenna to pick it up. But the more you learn and become deeper in learning, the more your antenna grow. The more you learn and your mind expand, the more your antenna grow. The more your antenna grow, the more you begin to pick up ideas which are waves in the air already, put there by God. But God is waiting for a son or a slave that will pick it up. It doesn't matter if it's a son, it doesn't matter if it's a slave. As long as he has developed himself and it's a creation of God, he will pick it up. And then he bring it. So you know what happened? Atheist nation, which we will regard as slave, atheist nation, are the one picking it up and doing it. Because they give themselves to knowledge. But you know what happened in Africa? How do you explain that Delta State have tropical fruit and have coconut, have, what's the name? Rubber? 16.9 billion rubber. I understand that rubber business is dying in Nigeria. They are not planting new trees. Those that are doing it, a number of them, maybe they've died, or they are retired, they are old. They're not planting new. That business is dying in Nigeria. I was at this conference recently where someone was talking about it. That see them to do something about it. The rubber business is dying. Why? And there are states, Edo, Delta, and the like in those areas, Nigeria Delta region, who have the opportunity to be able to do something about it. I hope they will do something about it. I hope they will do something about it. Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. Kindly help me tell Governor Ifeanyi Okowa that he has a second chance and opportunity to do something in Delta State. And that Delta State is a land of huge opportunity. Even though they call themselves, sometimes when I see the alias, some state call themselves big heart, the big heart. The big heart. I'm assuming that means you can take risk. You can take risk. So let's take the risk. Delta, take the risk. Take the plunge. Big heart. Or the big heart is to accommodate all. Accommodate all. But you need to feed them and take care of them. So you need to do the business. You need to feed their children, you need to do the business. Accommodate all. Accommodate all. Accommodate all. Accommodate all. Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. Nigerian state have everything needs to survive. Nigerian state have not just realized its potential. I'm hoping that we'll wake up to our responsibility, realize our potential, and make our state great again. See you tomorrow morning as I move on to another state. Where will I be going tomorrow? I will still be in the southern part of Nigeria, but I'll be moving to Ebonyi State. Ebonyi State is a state that I don't know how to describe Ebonyi State. Another very land of opportunity, big opportunity. But you know what? Ebonyi State is not living up to its responsibility. With the minerals in that state, the agric in that state deserves to be one of the best states in Nigeria. But we'll talk about them tomorrow morning. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.